Imagine ruling nearly half the people on Earth. Picture a civilization so vast and influential that its reach stretched across continents, shaping the destinies of millions. 2,500 years ago, the Achaemenid Persian Empire did just that. From humble beginnings in the Iranian plateau, it rose to become a superpower that would leave an indelible mark on world history. At its height, around 500 BCE, it governed 44% of the world's population, more than any other empire in history. Its borders spanned 3 continents, encompassing lands from North Africa to Central Asia. Stretching from the Balkans to India, it united a breathtaking diversity of cultures and peoples. Persians, Egyptians, Babylonians, Greeks, Jews, and countless others lived under its rule, each contributing to a vibrant imperial tapestry. Yet we often see Persia only through the eyes of its rivals, especially the ancient Greeks, who cast it as the other in their stories. Their tales of epic battles and legendary heroes often overshadowed the true complexity of the Persian world. But the real Persian Empire was far more complex, a marvel of organization, innovation, and tolerance. Its palaces and cities were centers of art, science, and administration, reflecting a society that valued both order and creativity. How did they manage such a vast realm? Not just with armies, but with systems and ideas that became blueprints for future empires. The Persians pioneered new ways to govern, communicate, and connect distant lands. The Persians valued efficient administration, respect for local customs, and a vision of a connected, multicultural world. Their leaders encouraged dialogue and cooperation among different peoples, fostering stability and prosperity. Their roads carried ideas as well as armies, and their bureaucracy set new standards for communication and governance. The Royal Road, stretching over 2,500 kilometers, allowed messages to travel at unprecedented speed, linking the empire together. To understand our shared history, we must look past old narratives and recognize Persia as a cornerstone of civilization, a society whose legacy still echoes in the modern world, reminding us of the power of unity, innovation, and vision. How did the King of Kings govern such a vast, diverse empire? Imagine ruling over millions of people, speaking dozens of languages, spread across deserts, mountains, and fertile valleys. The Persian Empire stretched from the Indus Valley to the Mediterranean Sea, encompassing nearly half of the known world at its height. Managing such a colossal realm required more than just military might or royal decrees. The answer, a sophisticated system of administration. The Persians pioneered new ways to keep their empire running smoothly, relying on skilled scribes, detailed records, and a bureaucracy that reached into every corner of their lands. The Persians knew brute force wasn't enough. Conquest could win territory, but only organization could hold it together. They built a centralized yet flexible government, powerful but respectful of local traditions. Governors called satraps were appointed to oversee regions, but local customs and laws were often preserved, creating a sense of inclusion and stability. At its core was the Empireâ, one of the world's first efficient postal systems. This network was revolutionary for its time, connecting distant provinces to the heart of the empire. Relay stations with fresh horses and riders dotted the empire's roads, ensuring messages traveled at record speed. Couriers could cover hundreds of miles in just a few days, a feat unmatched in the ancient world. Herodotus, the Greek historian, marveled at this system. His words echo today in the motto of the U.S. Postal Service. Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. This network was the empire's nervous system, allowing the capital to receive reports and send orders across continents in weeks, not months. It was a lifeline that kept the empire connected and responsive. Rapid communication let the Persians respond to crises, manage resources, and maintain unity among dozens of ethnic groups. It helped prevent rebellions and ensured that the king's will was known everywhere. The system was scalable. New roads and stations could be added as the empire grew. This adaptability allowed the Persians to expand their reach without losing control. It wasn't just for officials, it also boosted trade and the exchange of ideas, knitting the empire together. Merchants, travelers, and scholars all benefited from the safe, reliable roads and communication. The Persians proved that information and organization, not just power, are the keys to ruling at scale. Their legacy lives on, reminding us that the true strength of an empire lies in its ability to connect, communicate, and adapt. Governing millions of people, each with their own languages, beliefs, and traditions, required far more than just roads and swift couriers. The Persian Empire faced a challenge unlike any before it: how to unite a vast and diverse population under a single rule without crushing their unique identities. The Persians responded with innovation, pioneering a system of provinces called satrapies. Each satrapy was governed by a satrap, essentially a mini-king, who managed local affairs, collected taxes, and enforced the king's laws, but also acted as a bridge between the central government and the local people. To prevent any one person from gaining too much power or plotting rebellion, each province also had a separate military commander. Meanwhile, the king's eyes and ears, a network of royal inspectors, traveled the empire, reporting directly to the throne and ensuring loyalty. This intricate web of checks and balances kept both power and corruption in check, making it difficult for any official to act against the interests of the empire. Taxes were standardized and predictable, a relief compared to the chaos and unpredictability of previous empires. Merchants and farmers alike could plan for the future, knowing what was expected of them. The Persian system was demanding but generally fair. It respected local customs, languages, and religions, allowing people to maintain their traditions while still being part of a larger whole. As long as taxes were paid and peace was kept, communities could worship their own gods and govern themselves in many local matters, fostering a sense of autonomy. This policy of tolerance and pragmatic rule minimized resentment and rebellion, making the empire more stable and prosperous than many that came before. The satrapy system became a model for future empires, from the Greeks to the Romans and beyond, showing how decentralized control could work on a massive scale. It was a masterclass in administration, balancing unity and diversity, order and freedom, in a way that would echo through history. The Royal Road was the empire's backbone, an engineering marvel stretching over 1,600 miles from Turkey to Iran. With way stations for fresh horses and supplies, it enabled couriers to cross the empire in just over a week, a journey that took months on foot. This speed gave the king a strategic edge, allowing rapid response to threats and efficient governance. But the road was more than a military tool. It became a bustling corridor for trade and cultural exchange. Merchants carried goods and ideas from Egypt to India, enriching the empire and fostering a cosmopolitan society. Travelers encountered a dazzling mix of peoples and cultures, all connected by this imperial highway. The Royal Road shrank the known world, making distant lands accessible and uniting the empire's far-flung regions. It stands as a testament to Persian vision, an empire held together by infrastructure as much as by force. If the Royal Road was the empire's lifeline, Persepolis was its heart, a city built to inspire awe. Conceived by Darius the Great, Persepolis was a ceremonial center, not a commercial hub. Here the King of Kings received tribute from across the empire, showcasing unity and diversity. Visitors ascended grand staircases and entered through the Gate of All Nations, guarded by mythical creatures, a statement of welcome and power. The city's stone reliefs don't show conquest, but processions of delegates from every corner of the empire, each depicted with unique dress and gifts. Persepolis was political theater in stone, declaring a vision of harmonious multicultural rule. Though burned by Alexander, its ruins still reveal the empire's grandeur and ambition. More than palaces, Persepolis was a declaration of Persian ideals, unity, diversity, and belonging. Its art and architecture remain a silent testament to a lost world. Among ancient artifacts, few are as intriguing as the Cyrus cylinder. After conquering Babylon, Cyrus the Great issued this clay document, allowing exiled peoples to return home and rebuild their temples, including the Jews, as echoed in the Hebrew Bible. Unlike previous conquerors, Cyrus promoted tolerance and respect for local religions, a radical idea for the time. Some call the cylinder the world's first charter of human rights, though that's a modern label. Still, it championed justice, mercy, and the right to cultural identity. Whether out of idealism or strategy, Cyrus's policy set a precedent for Persian governance. The cylinder stands as a window into a political philosophy that valued diversity and coexistence. Persian art and architecture were a grand fusion of cultures, reflecting the empire's diversity. The Persians recruited artisans from across their realm, Greek stonemasons, Egyptian woodcarvers, Babylonian brickmakers, blending their skills into a new majestic style. The columns of Persepolis, for example, combine Greek forms with uniquely Persian animal capitals. Colorful glazed bricks and intricate reliefs celebrated unity, order, and cooperation, not just conquest. This cosmopolitan art was a visual language understood across the empire, symbolizing the Pax Persica, an era of peace and exchange. Unlike the intimidating art of earlier empires, Persian works emphasized harmony and shared prosperity. Their legacy greatness achieved by harmonizing the best of many traditions. The Persian Empire's influence endures in ways we often overlook. Its innovations in governance, infrastructure, and philosophy shaped later empires including Rome. The satrapy system, postal service, and standardized currency became models for global administration. Persian religious thought, especially Zoroastrianism, introduced ideas like a single god, good versus evil, and final judgment, influencing Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Even the word paradise comes from Persian, reflecting their love of walled gardens as earthly heavens. Persian gardens inspired designs from Spain to India, symbolizing peace and beauty. From government to spirituality to landscape, Persian ideas quietly shape our world. Their legacy is woven into the fabric of modern life. Why remember an empire that fell over 2,000 years ago? Because history shapes how we see ourselves today. Persia is too often cast as the villain in Greek stories, overshadowing its true achievements. The real Persian Empire was vibrant, multicultural, and surprisingly tolerant for its time. It connected continents, fostered exchange, and pioneered models for managing diversity. Its art, philosophy, and administration offer lessons still relevant in our globalized world. By rediscovering Persia, we gain a fuller, more balanced view of history. The Persian Empire was a foundation for later civilizations, including our own. Its story reminds us that greatness comes from unity and diversity, and that every culture has a thread in the tapestry of humanity.